Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome to NoDQ video here on YouTube. This is the shorter YouTube edition of today's video. Head over to NoDQ.com if you would like to watch the full-length version. We have WWE Backlash coming up this Sunday. NoDQ.com will have live coverage. I do the live play-by-play. You can also send your comments and talk about the show with other fans at the bottom of the page. Leave your comments, your thoughts, but if you're unable to check out the full-length video, let's get started with your questions. First one today comes from Ash. I'm assuming not Ash from Evil Dead. Why would WWE have an injured Roman Reigns win clean over a healthy Finn Balor? Will Balor go over at Extreme Rules and face Brock Lesnar? The idea, of course, was for Roman Reigns to get his win back. Finn Balor brought up at the start of Raw how he beat Reigns, and we know how WWE is. WWE has to make Reigns look strong. When Reigns lost that match to Balor back over the summer, that was coming off of his suspension. But now, Reigns is back to being pushed as the guy in WWE, and he has to be made to look strong. And my guess is Reigns is probably not going to win the Fatal 5-Way match now at the Extreme Rules pay-per-view, so thus he has to look as strong as possible in preparation for an upcoming defeat. Even if Reigns is not taking the fall, which I'm sure he's not, I would be very surprised if Roman Reigns took the fall at Extreme Rules in a 5-way match. I could see Finn Balor winning it, which is weird logic. You would think that if Balor is going to be the next guy to face Lesnar, that Balor would be protected. So it is very interesting. It could end up being Rollins. It could end up being Seth Rollins versus Brock Lesnar at Great Balls of Fire, so we'll have to see. The one issue I have with the whole thing, I get what WWE's doing, and they're trying to come up with the best match possible due to Strowman's injury, but I'm just not a fan of Balor not getting his immediate one-on-one match for the title when he never lost the title to begin with. To me, it's just a huge logic hole that bugs me personally, and I try not to let it bother me, but it's little things like that that bug me about the WWE product, and I wish there was more logic, but what can you do? But yeah, regarding your question, it could end up being Seth Rollins. If it's Finn Balor versus Lesnar, then I really do not understand why Balor had to take a clean loss to Roman Reigns, other than the fact that Reigns has to be made to look as strong as possible. This one comes from Mr. Yuck. Is Finn Balor less marketable as the Fonz on TV, with the Demon only appearing on pay-per-view? How can casual fans get into him? I sense that casual fans are already into him. I get what you're saying. The Demon character is something special, and with The Undertaker, Undertaker always did the big entrance for every show. I get the idea that Balor saves the Demon character for the pay-per-views. And there is a question of, is Balor as marketable just coming out there as himself or as the Fonz, as you put it? I think he's doing fine so far. I think, if anything, losing clean to Roman Reigns will hurt him more than anything else, and not getting his title shot. If I was Finn Balor's character, I would be going out there and I would be demanding a one-on-one title match with Brock Lesnar. You know, in the storyline, if I was the character, I would be coming out there and pulling a Stone Cold and threatening to hold this show hostage unless I got my title shot. I think Balor would get over by doing that, but of course, that's not what WWE has planned. They're trying to do what they had planned and work around the Strowman injury. I just feel he could be booked better. And I think if he was booked better, then there would not be the need to bring out the Demon character except for the big events. I mean, on paper, I like that idea. It's just that right now, I think the booking is hurting him a little bit. This one comes from Dave. If WWE were to pull the trigger on a Dean Ambrose heel turn, who should his first feud be with? Or who should his first feud be with? That's an interesting question. I have been a fan of the idea of Dean Ambrose turning heel, but that was back when he was on SmackDown. I think that him turning on James Ellsworth would have been the right time to do it. Now, I really don't care. I think Ambrose would be better as a heel in terms of being a bigger star and having more potential to explore his character and take it to new places. But I don't see a good spot for him right now as a heel. Miz is doing really well as a heel. You have Brock Lesnar, who I guess is a heel. You had Braun Strowman. I guess with Strowman being gone for the time being, you could have somebody else step in as a top heel. But I sense it's not going to happen now. And plus, there's still the potential, now that all 3 Shield members are on Raw. And also, that's the thing, too. People are already booing Roman Reigns, so in a way, he is the top heel, even though he's not a heel. The whole WWE logic thing. But there's still that opportunity to do the Shield, have them reunite and do some sort of big pay-per-view match at some point later this year with the 3 Shield members reunited. So I doubt Ambrose is going to turn heel anytime soon. I would be really surprised, and I think they already missed the boat on it, quite frankly. This one comes from Aaron Rift Rules, one of my all-time favorites. Hey Aaron, do you think that there is any chance we could see Daniel Bryan wrestle in a WWE ring again? I would have to say, to put it in my own words,